Want a fun and exciting way to amp up your Pocket page layouts? Hi, I'm Gina with Close to My Heart, and today I'm going to share with you some tips and tricks for using our brand new Picture My Life watercolor cards. These cards are a great way to personalize your Pocket scrapbooking layouts, and you can choose any color and design you want. As you can see here, we have two different styles of cards. One is a clear resist that's really hard to see in the video, but once I paint over it, you'll be able to see the really cute design. And the second one is a gold foil. What's great about these cards is they can match the look and feel of any of your photos when you paint them the color that you want. Here in this layout, we have a bold, feminine look and a really fun ombre painting here that I can show you later on. And in our other layout, we have more of a subdued look for these family photos. There are so many possibilities, and the sentiments and designs are generic enough that they work for every occasion. Let's get started. First, you're going to want to grab your water brushes. I have the medium flat brush and the small round brush. You'll want to have these filled with water before we start. You'll also want to have your watercolor paints. You can see here I have labeled my paints 1 through 36, so when I am using a color, it will be easy for you to identify which color I am using. I'm first going to show you some of the things not to do. I'm going to apply just water to my card using my medium flat water brush. I'm squeezing the water onto the card, and I'm going over it several times until the water starts to settle around the design. Then I'm going to add my paint. I'm using pink 14, and I'm just going to brush that across my card. I am not squeezing any more water from my brush, I'm just applying the paint. The more paint that you use, the more vibrant and darker the color will show through. Now, the biggest mistake is to go ahead and wipe your card before it's dry. What happens when you do that is you actually lose all the paint on your card and none of the resist design shows through. So it's very important that you allow your card to dry before you wipe it with tissue. Let me show you the really cute ombre look we had in the layout before. I'm going to clean my water brush of any paint. And then I'm going to wet my entire card using, again, my medium flat water brush. You do have to go over this several times before the water starts to settle on the card. And make sure you're not pushing too hard against the card, just lightly brushing the water across the entire thing. Now I'm going to add again the pink 14, and I'm just picking up the paint. I am not pushing out any additional water onto the card. And I'm just going to let it fade into the middle. Now I'm going to clean my brush again. And I'm going to use this turquoise 26. And brush it on the opposite end of my card. Again, I am not squeezing any additional water onto the card, just adding the paint. As I let it fade into the middle, you can see it creates that purple color, but I actually don't have to touch my purple paint at all. Once your card is dry, take a tissue and wipe the design and remove the excess paint. The great way to do that is to use a heat gun. And I'm just going to go back and forth across my card until that paint is dry. A great way to test to see if your card is dry is to go ahead and wipe it with your finger. If no paint is coming off, then you're good to go ahead and wipe it with a tissue. And I'm just barely going over the clear resist design and removing any of that excess paint that has gotten on there. Now, as you can tell, I still have a little bit of excess paint on there. So what I'm going to do is take my clean, small, round brush, and I'm going to go over my resist to remove a little bit more of that excess paint. I am not pushing any water onto the card. I'm just allowing to use that wet tip of the brush so that I don't get too much water on there and it takes off the paint where I want it. You can see here the paint completely covered the designs that I'm going over right now with this water brush, but as soon as I touch it with the wet tip, it comes off. What's great about watercolors is there really is no wrong way to use them. You can mix any of the colors, and it really just gives it an organic look. And I can do several of these at a time as long as the water doesn't dry, and then go back again and wipe it with my tissue. Now, if I feel like I want the color to be a little bit stronger, or if I'm missing some of that design and not getting that really clean edge, I will go over the card again, starting from step 1, except for putting the extra water on my card. I just want to add more paint. I have a few areas here that the design is just not showing through the way that I want. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up my blue 26 again and apply a little bit of water as I'm squeezing and just go over that design one more time. This is going to give me that really clean, crisp look right across the resist. Now I'm going to add a little bit more water as I squeeze my brush so that it will continue to fade to that purple color in the middle. I'm going to clean my brush again and go ahead and do the same thing on the pink so that I have more of a fade there in the middle and not such a harsh line. Again, it's pink 14. I'm just going over one more time, squeezing a little bit more water onto that brush. Okay, now I have to allow the card to dry once again before I go ahead and wipe, so I'm going to use the heat gun. And go ahead and wipe my card again. And then go ahead and repeat with your clean, small, round brush to go over the clear resist to remove any more excess paint that may be on there. Aren't these cards a great way to add your own artistic touch to our layouts? I really do love how organic the watercolors can be. I hope you had fun with these new Picture My Life watercolor cards. Show us your cards by using the hashtag #CTMHWatercolor. For more information about this project and the products used in this video, talk to your independent consultant or visit closetomyheart.com to find one in your area.